Getting us started this Monday morning, Gina Haspel remains on track to be the next director of the Central Intelligence Agency. On Sunday, the Washington Post reported that she sought to withdraw from consideration. The Post said Haspel wanted to avoid a confirmation hearing centered on her role in the CIA's enhanced interrogations of terror suspects, which critics have likened to torture. But a source close to the matter told CBS News that her nomination is going forward. Rudy Giuliani says President Trump does not have to cooperate with special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. Giuliani was speaking in his new role as a member of the president's legal team. He said the president wouldn't have to comply with the subpoena and could also refuse to answer questions by asserting his Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination. Meanwhile, at least 31 homes have now been destroyed by Hawaii's Kilauea volcano, and scientists say there's no indications the eruptions are slowing down. Authorities have evacuated more than 1,700 people, many of whom are terrified they will never get to go home again. CBS's John Shumo has the latest.
From the air, you can watch the lava flows in Hawaii's Leilani estates ignite the houses and then slowly consume them. Amber Makuakane is among dozens who watch videos of their homes disappear.
My son asks, "Mommy, can we go home?"
More than 1,700 people have been evacuated since hundreds of earthquakes started rocking the Big Island last week, and at least 11 volcanic fissures spontaneously opened up. Some lava flows are creeping through neighborhoods, some are at a slow boil, others spewing 200 feet into the air.
It's like a Goliath, or like a roaring jet engine.
Letting people eat down to Miley Street only. Get your belongings and get back out.
Some families have been allowed back in, cramming as many clothes and keepsakes that can fit into their cars.
If we get to go a second load, then we'll pick things that maybe would make our life more comfortable. But right now we're living out of a backpack.
Many evacuated residents are frustrated by the long lines to get back into their homes, but there's a concern lava will cover more roads and trap people inside.
The prognosis is for this to continue. We see no slowdown in activity.
Lava has spread nearly 400,000 square feet surrounding the most active fissure. John Shumo, CBS News, New York.
Scientists say the lava flow could flow slow at some points while intensifying at others. Now closer to home, 2 people died on eastern Montana roadways this weekend. The first crash occurred shortly after 1 p.m. Saturday when a motorcycle collided with a tractor near Sydney. Montana Highway Patrol reported a 59-year-old man from Glendive attempted to pass the tractor, but it turned left. The motorcycle then struck the side of the tractor. The 20-year-old driver of the tractor was not injured and no citations were issued. Later in the day Saturday, 1 person was killed in a crash in Bighorn County. Reports state a Chevy Impala was west of Crow Agency when the driver lost control of the vehicle on a curve. It rolled into a stream bed and 2 passengers were ejected. A 34-year-old woman from Crow Agency was killed. We're told she was not wearing a seatbelt. 2 other women were also injured in the crash. The names of the victims in each crash have not been released. Now we go to western Montana, where river levels continue to rise, and Missoula residents are getting ready for the worst. With the ability to rise 3 feet, the Clark Fork River could reach a major flood stage. For now, the city has provided residents with sandbags, and it's a race to get them filled. Some are preparing to be stuck in their homes for a long period of time. Meanwhile, the Seeley Lake area and along the Highway 83 corridor is also seeing its share of flooding. The Seeley Rural Fire District is working closely with homeowners to help them safeguard their homes with sandbags. At the moment, the majority of the homes affected are vacation homes and not primary residences. The Red Cross is making arrangements to provide shelter to anyone who needs it. Well, before we take a break, 3 weeks after the controversial arrest of 2 African-American men at a Starbucks, another incident at Colorado State University is raising questions. 2 Native American teenagers say they were reported to the police because of their race. CBS's Nikki Batiste has the story.
Can you put your hand in your pocket, please? Thanks.
A questioning and pat down by police is not what these brothers expected when they signed up for a campus tour at Colorado State University. But a mother on their tour called campus police and said Thomas and Lloyd Gray, who joined the group late, were wearing strange clothing and made her feel sick.
One of them has their left hand in his oversized sweatshirt the whole time. And it's probably nothing. I'm probably being completely paranoid. with just everything that's happened. They're probably fine and just creepy kids.
Are they white males?
I think they're Hispanic, I believe.
According to the police report, the caller, a white female, told police the two boys, who are Native American, were laughing and keeping to themselves and did not seem to be interested in the tour.
Is there a reason you didn't want to cooperate? No, he was just shy.
After showing the campus police an email confirmation for the tour,
Yeah, good, cool, all right.
they were let go. That's when they called their mother, Lorraine Gray.
Then I get a frantic phone call from Thomas saying, somebody called the police on us because we were quiet.
According to the police report, Lorraine then called CSU and said she was upset and felt that her boys were being racially profiled. She says her son Thomas, a musician, dreamed of going to Colorado State University, and now she has a few words for the woman who called police.
I hope this never happens to your child, and I hope that you learn a lesson about judging a book by its cover.
Colorado State University's president said in a statement that people of all races, religions, gender identities, and appearances belong here. The school says it has reached out to the boys and their mother to offer a VIP campus tour, but so far the university says the family has not responded. Nikki Batiste, CBS News, New York.
And the student leading the tour says she was aware the two young men were part of her group, but did not see when they were taken away by police.